2 links down below to some official WWE 2K23 gameplay. I don't want to play the footage because I want you to be forced to click on their channel so that they get the credit they deserve. It's Mastodon is going to showcase some men's war games. If you go to his channel, he's also got the women's in there as well. So this one's going to give you that perspective of, you know, sort of like a 2K20 era prior, but I think it's because it's war games, so it's kind of like zoomed out a little bit, right? Now when we move on over to Simply Better AM, this is just Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, nothing special. You get to see the regular match. It looks like it's the same camera angle as 2K22, and from what I've watched so far, which is the whole thing, but I moved it back over here because I want to show you something really quick. It looks to be improved. I paid very, very close attention to the people's arms, how they're walking around when they're throwing somebody around like a bag of potatoes. There seems to be next to no wonky, jittery animations with the limbs. Wrestlers seem to move around about the same. Referees seem to be a little bit better. I'm hesitating there because there's still a little bit of issues in terms of sometimes the referee getting a little bit too close, or he's really far away and he's counting and you're like, where is he? I don't even see him. This is an early build demo that people got to test out, I believe. I don't even know the platform that it's on. You could see RB and Y. It's an Xbox controller, but that doesn't tell me whether or not it was being played on the Series X or on the PC, okay? What I do want to show you super duper quickly, if I may, is the following, which to me was a game changer in terms of like physics and interactions with the environment. Take a look at Cody Rhodes suplexing Roman Reigns. Watch. Did you see that? His legs actually collided with the barrier rather than making that awkward thing where it's like you're hitting an invisible wall and then it just slides the character off to the side because of the momentum of the suplex. Like, let's take a look at that really quick just one more time. Watch it. Watch his legs. What? Oh my God. I had to. Like, holy guacamole. The other thing that I've noticed so far, again, I haven't played the game yet. This ain't even my own footage. One of the things that used to drive me crazy about 2K22 was when you would do suplexes or, again, moves where you're picking people up and you're tossing them around like a rag doll. Not that I've ever seen anybody throw around a rag doll, but anyways. Do you remember how in 2K22 it seemed like it would go in slow motion? Especially with, like, you know, the suplex city kind of moves. Like, it wasn't just like you're taking your time. It was like a borderline sort of like Matrix effect. You would move, there was a certain flow and pacing to the match, and then all of a sudden it just felt like it was going, and it was like, yeah, no, it just felt really off. So far from all the footage that I've watched, that thing doesn't seem to be a thing. So I am seeing some improvements. Take into consideration if you watch Mastodon, no offense to him, I don't know who he is, the quality of the footage might be a little bit like, you know, grainy and stuff like that, and that's no fault of the, you know, the uploader. I don't know how they get the footage to upload. This one's a little bit higher quality. Not quite as crisp as what I'm going to be uploading it at. I don't get a lot of views, but I'm just saying, me, and it takes a long-ass time. I have it so that when you upload that son of a bitch, it is like high-ass quality, because if we go to Stats for Nerds, it says it's VP09 codec. However, it doesn't quite look it, but let's not nitpick. The reason I'm bringing this up is so that you take that into consideration. Don't look at it and go, oh, it looks a little bit washed out. It's a video on YouTube. It's going to be compressed. Where I come in when the game comes out, and again, it could be because they don't have access to it at home with all their software and all that, is that can make a huge difference. Okay, so please take that into consideration. It may not look it, based on my YouTube channel, for anybody who's followed me for the 4 years that I've been around. This right here, just wrestling as a whole, the whole wrestling pop culture, it's my thing. It really, really is. Hockey, wrestling, World of Warcraft, American Truck Simulator, that kind of stuff. That is just my jam, as people would say. You wouldn't really think it looking at my channel because I cover a lot of stuff because I'm trying to get out there and grab every 5 or 10 views per video that I can. But when this game comes out in March, in just 5.5 weeks, we'll say 6 weeks, roughly, I may, depending on how well this goes, try to zone in a little bit more into my niche. Wrestling, hockey, World of Warcraft, American Truck Simulator. Try to have like a half dozen games that I kind of focus more hardly on and kind of not play some of the other ones as much. Because this could be big. It is still an arcade game. Based on the footage, it's not going to be like 2K19, a last of its kind, because that one was more simulation. But that's okay. I don't want to trash this game. I haven't even played it yet, right? But I think I'm going to have some fun. I mean, I had fun with 2K22, but again, there are some flaws in there. And in closing, that is why I play 2K19. Hell, I can even play 2K20 with all the updates they did. I think they did about 6 or 7 updates to 2K20. And that game in its current state, in my experience on my PS5, is less glitchy, twitchy, and broken than 2K22. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, you're such a hater. No, I'm just not sponsored and I don't bullshit. 2K22, to back it up, I often get it so that the whole screen goes black, but I still see the UI for like their health and all that stuff. I could still see the pin counts, sort of like the overlay, but the background, the actual game itself goes completely black. It's not frozen. And I end up having to restart the match, and it happens actually quite frequently. Quite frequently, in fact, that it happens at least once or twice per like show. So like a show of 9 matches or whatever, between a Raw and a SmackDown that I do. So out of like 18 matches, I'll usually get a couple easily that foobar like that. And it pisses me off. And the referee all like trying to do the moonwalk shit, and he's all like moving around all weird. I wish I could just delete the referee or super kick him over the top rope and just get him to not even be present. It ruins the experience for me. And then when you're grabbing and you're fighting and sometimes arms and legs like they're having a seizure or convulsion, it's really frustrating. And I have fully deleted the game and reinstalled it because that can make a difference, and it has for me. I'm finding that 2K22, as the patches went on, more things almost got broken. My Rise was never fully fixed. I was never even able to complete it. I had to restart it. Still didn't work. There's still things in the creation suite that doesn't work. I know it sounds like I'm just trashing it. 2K19's not perfect, but overall as a package between 19, 20, and 22, for me, 19 is the most functional game. Not the best looking game, not a terribly ugly one either. Anyhow, that's enough rambling. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. If you didn't like the video, I don't care. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. And as always, this is what you're going to get. But if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.